What's up, Red Wings fans? Welcome back inside Little Caesars Arena for another edition of the Forecheck presented by PointsBet. I'm your host, Daniella Bruce, alongside Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer Kal, and we're back for Game 3 of a 4-game homestand, Ken, and boy, it's been a good one so far.
Really has been. The crowd has been terrific here at Little Caesars Arena, and the Red Wings have won 3 in a row, and hopefully to make it 4 against a very good team in the Washington Capitals.
Yes, another very good team, we should say, after the Edmonton Oilers on Tuesday. But like we said, it's been fun. Some news coming out of morning skate that Lucas Raymond, Mark Stahl, and Filip Hronek are all questionable heading into tonight's game. Now, Ken, they missed yesterday's practice, all 3 of them, but they did skate at today's optional morning skate. So I'd imagine that's a good sign, but they're just waiting to see if they can go tonight.
Yeah, probably just getting loosened up there, and I don't think anything is serious. So it's good to have Lucas Raymond, Mark Stahl, and company back in there. And, you know, they mean a lot to this Red Wing team. And of course, Raymond's been everything. Stahl, to me, back there on the blue line, has just been solid, and he's been playing well back there on the blue line.
And with Troy Stecher also battling an injury right now, you definitely want to make sure you have those 6 healthy defensemen heading in.
And there's an interesting note there is, you know, are the Red Wings going to call somebody up from Grand Rapids?
Right.
Because they might need an extra body back there on the blue line, so we'll just have to wait and find out after today's game.
That's right. And we'll definitely have more on that as the game gets closer, so stay tuned to Red Wings social media channels for more. Now we're going to take a look back at Tuesday's win over the then 9-1 Edmonton Oilers. They fall to 9-2 after this game, but Vladislav Nemetsnikov in the first period, he comes up the side, makes a beautiful stick lift, and scores. 1-0 Red Wings. What a beauty by Nemetsnikov.
Yeah, it really was. Good passing play. Good to see Gagne get an assist in his 900th career game, too. And, boy, he was just so proud scoring that goal of Nemetsnikov, and he was showing the fans that Red Wing on his jersey, which was nice.
Yeah, that was a proud moment for him, and he would be right back at it again in the second period. Adam Ernie makes a great play there, a one-handed pass to get the puck out to Filip Hronek at the point, takes the shot. Nemetsnikov there to bury the rebound.
How did Ernie flip that
no
puck with one hand on the stick and get it all the way to the blue line? And nice shot right there, and there he is, right in front of the net. That's where you got to be. He bangs home the rebound, 2-0 Detroit.
Yeah, a great play by Adam Ernie to make that happen, though. Vladislav Nemetsnikov really feeling it after that one, Ken. And then later in the second period, now remember that Stuart Skinner is in net for the Edmonton Oilers. He hasn't played very much, and he makes a mistake there, and Dylan Larkin capitalizes to make it 3-0. But don't underestimate the play by Dylan to be there when the mistake was made.
Absolutely. He read it nicely, and he thought if the mistake was going to be made, he was right there to bang it home, and certainly was. And Skinner was looking at himself saying, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, so Red Wings take a 3-0 lead late in the third, but you can't count out the Edmonton Oilers. Here is Puljujärvi, who makes a play and gets himself a nice breakaway opportunity, and he's going to bury the wrister and make this a 3-1 game heading into the locker room.
I was shaking my head up in the broadcast booth saying, oh no, how can you give up that goal? The Red Wings have been playing so good, and with this Oiler attack, and they've scored 5 goals in 7 of their first 10 games, the Edmonton Oilers, and you don't want to give them any type of momentum.
No, you don't, and that was with less than a minute to go in the second, now less than a minute in to the third. It's Connor McDavid.
He's really good, isn't he? I mean, he's just magical with the puck, and he's on a pretty good scoring streak right now, and he can do everything. And again, those goals, the last goal of a period and a first goal early in a period, those will really kill you. But the Red Wings came back and played a solid third period and had good goalkeeping as well.
That's right. You got to give them credit for the third they played, and there's Mo Seider putting a bow on this one. Final score was 4-2 Red Wings. Now, you got to look at him. Obviously, he's happy he just iced that game, but he looks over at Vladislav Nemetsnikov and says, I'm sorry, man. You could have got the hat trick there, but it just didn't look like the play was there. But it was cute to see Seider do that.
You know, I was wondering if Nemetsnikov was going to score that goal, if he was going to get the puck, because he scores a lot of empty net goals.
He loves empty net goals. Yeah, he only has 1 this season, though, and Vladislav Nemetsnikov now has 7 goals on the season, 9 points in the 14 games that he's played. He only had 8 goals in all of last season, so he's really coming on this year.
Daniella, he reminds me of Adam Ernie, what he did a year ago, and nobody expected Adam Ernie to get, 11 goals for Detroit last year, and Nemetsnikov each and every game quietly putting some points and some goals on the scoreboard, and he's got 3 goals now in his last 2 games.
Ken, you really have to credit the Red Wings as a team for that win, because we talked about this heading into that game, that you got to control Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, of course, and they played on the same line for a little bit, but the Red Wings did a really good job of shutting them down for the most part, taking away their time and space.
Where the Red Wings were really good, I thought, was in front of the net.
Yeah.
And the Oilers like to pass the puck through the goal crease, and the Red Wings always had players there, bodies there to stop those passes and not give them good opportunities, grade A chances. And I can't tell you how many times that happened during the course of the game. And also, we talked about staying out of the penalty box. Both teams only had 2 power plays. and the Red Wings stayed out of the box, and as a result, they didn't have to face that potent power play, and when they did, they came up big.
Yeah, their penalty kill came up huge in that game. That was another really big factor in that one. And we mentioned that obviously the Capitals are in town, another tough task for the Red Wings and Alex Ovechkin. So you see Connor McDavid on Tuesday, Alex Ovechkin on Thursday. That is quite the week. And earlier today I asked Coach Blashill, how do you defend Ovechkin? Is it the same way you take on Connor McDavid? And here's what he had to say.
He can shoot the puck from anywhere, and it's a scoring chance. You can be on him, and and he'll find a way to get it off. They're different, him and Connor McDavid. You have to be aware of his speed. You have to really start defending him in the O zone. Where I think with Alex, it's more, once you're into your own zone, you have to know where he's at on the ice all the time. You can't give him a millisecond, or otherwise he's getting his shot off, and every shot has a chance to go in. So they're definitely different, but certainly two of the best players probably ever. Without a doubt, Alex has cemented his spot as one of the very best ever, in potentially the best goal scorer, and certainly in that mix of conversation of the best 2, 3, 4, 5 goal scorers.
So interesting there from Coach Blashill, the way that you defend McDavid, you got to start doing that in your offensive zone. But Ovechkin, he says you can kind of watch him in your own zone, but you can't give him any time to shoot that puck because it's always a scoring opportunity.
Daniella, where he's always dangerous is in that circle, and especially on the power play. And during the course of a game, he's going to get you 5, 6 shots on goal, especially when they're on the power play. So you just have to be aware of where Alexander Ovechkin is on the ice. And he's not one of those guys that skates like Connor McDavid, but he's a big body out there too, and he can manhandle you, as opposed to Connor McDavid, who can skate around you.
Yes, that's true. Very different, but definitely going to pose their own challenges. Alex Ovechkin has 11 goals on the season already, and one of those came on Monday against Buffalo, and that just happened to be, Ken, his 641st goal, which means he is now tied 700. Sorry, that I just probably offended every Capitals fan out there. 741st goal, which means he tied Brett Hull for 4th of career scoring, overall scoring. So it's great for him it's great to see that. And of course, you're watching him to get all the way to the top and catch Gretzky.
He's got some goals to get going here. I think he needs about 150 more to catch Wayne Gretzky. But at his age right now and the way he's playing, he's just not missing a beat. And he continues to be one of the leading scorers the game has ever seen. We have a graphic right there for most career goals. Howe, 801. Yager's the next guy he's going to have to catch at 766, and he could probably do that this year.
That's right. He definitely could. And he could definitely catch Gordie Howe. It might not be this season. That would be a lot of goals to score in this season, but he could definitely catch Gordie Howe. He's exciting to watch. It's really great to see. And also in that game, he logged his 600th career assist. So he's just an offensive firepower.
And you know what? The Washington Capitals have been deadly against Detroit. They're 10-0-3 in their last 13 games against Detroit. Red Wings haven't beaten them in regulation since 2015. Hopefully they can do that tonight. But the interesting fact is that Alexander Ovechkin has 11 goals in those 13 games. So he's been an integral part of all those victories that Washington has against Detroit.
Hey, the Red Wings did get one of those overtime victories earlier this season in Washington, a comeback win. So that's exciting. That's good news for them heading into
tonight. Dylan Larkin had a really good game.
That he did. And we mentioned Alex Ovechkin. You also have to talk about Evgeny Kuznetsov, who is helping lead the way for the Capitals right now. He has 16 points in 12 games played.
Currently tied for 5th in scoring with Troy Terry of the Anaheim Ducks, and he's off to an amazing start. And that's really the 1-2 punch with the Washington Capitals, Ovechkin and Kuznetsov.
That's right, it is. And the Capitals are battling some injuries right now. They've got Anthony Mantha, a former Red Wing, who is out. He had to get shoulder surgery, so he's out for a while. Nicholas Backstrom and TJ Oshie have both missed a nice chunk of games, so they are trying to win without some of their main guys, and then, of course, Nick Dowd, too, at center.
And that's the problem that the Washington Capitals have right now. They're 1-2-1 in their last 4 hockey games. They're going to start a rookie goaltender who's never played in the National Hockey League. We'll talk about him in a moment. But when you have that many injuries to that many key players, that means your 3rd and 4th line guys are really going to have to step it up. And we talked about the Red Wings. If the first line is the only line that's scoring and the other team shuts them down, well, you're in bad shape, right? So that's where the Capitals are in right now. I think the Red Wings, their 3rd and 4th line is a little bit better and stronger than the Washington Capitals. Capitals, and look for them to have a big game against Washington tonight.
It's a good opportunity for the Red Wings. As you mentioned, there is a goaltender that will be making his NHL debut tonight in Zach Fucale, Ken. It's going to be interesting for him, and we saw that we talked about Stuart Skinner making the start for Edmonton. He hasn't had many games under his belt, just one earlier in the year. So the Red Wings are getting some young goaltending. They're definitely going to have to keep firing the puck, and of course, Thomas Greiss getting the start for the Red Wings. We predict that he will be in net. We have seen a very nice rotation between him and Alex Nedeljkovic.
Daniela, the media was questioning Zach Fucale, and they asked him, they said, you're starting in the game tonight, and he was saying, like, I just thought I was going to be called up and sit the bench and just watch the game from the bench, but he's getting his first National Hockey League start. He's pretty excited about that. Why not? I wonder if they're going to send him out there and just do a couple of laps by himself like they do with the forwards, or our goaltender's a little bit different. With that said, Thomas Greiss and Alex Nedeljkovic really had strong third periods in their last two games, and that enabled the Red Wings to win those games. Without that goalkeeping, who knows what happens. But the Red Wing goaltenders have been really strong. The teams have been playing really good in front of them, and if they can continue to do that against a banged-up Washington Capital team, maybe they can make it 4 in a row tonight.
Ken, just exactly how do the Red Wings have to start to take advantage of the situation tonight?
I think getting the lead is always important, and what you want to do is get them on their heels. Make Ovechkin like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Make them play in their own zone as much as you can, and it's easier said than done, but the Wings did it against Draisaitl. He didn't get a point in that last game, so he's one of the leading scorers always in the National Hockey League, so it can be done. It's going to be tough. They're going to have to put back-to-back games together, the Red Wings, to beat this Washington Capital team. But again, I think the Red Wings are deeper on the third and fourth line. The blue line core, I think on both teams are relatively even. If you can keep Ovechkin and Kuznetsov in check, you got a good chance to win.
Yeah, we've seen all 4 lines for the Red Wings rolling lately, so hopefully they can keep that going tonight against the Capitals. For all of our betting friends out there, the PointsBet lines are set tonight. The puck line is Detroit at a +1.5, and the over-under is set at 6. PointsBet is giving you the chance to bet risk-free. If your bet loses, you will receive a free bet refunded up to $20 in free bets. PointsBet has lines for all sports available on the app or pointsbet.com. And Ken, before we wrap things up, it is Veterans Day today. It's Military Appreciation Night thanks to Kroger here at Little Caesars Arena. So we just want to say a big thank you to everyone who is serving or has served our country. And you mean the world to us. We get to sit up here and talk hockey because of people like that.
Absolutely, and I just want to commend my dad. He was in World War II. He was injured. He got shot in World War II, came out of it okay. My brother served in Vietnam. I had a bunch of relatives that also served in the armed forces. And we just want to say thank you to everybody that has served, and also thank you and our support to all who has lost a loved one in servicing the United States and sacrificing for us. A big thank you, a big warm salute to all of you.
And we can't thank you enough. We hope you're all coming down to celebrate with us tonight for Military Appreciation Night. But if you're not, you can catch tonight's game on 97.1 The Ticket with your very own Ken Kal. Or, of course, you can tune in to Bally Sports Detroit. Puck drop is 7:30 tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another edition of the Forecheck, and we'll see you next time.